Chayayo jagato ahita. These demons, further description. Yesterday we discussed that the world is untrue. This material world is untrue. Asatyam, apratishtham. And there is no background. This is the conclusion of the atheist demons. We have explained that this world is not untrue. That is our Vaishnava philosophy. Untruth, if it is coming from the truth, it is true. How you can say untrue? The example, if cotton is true, then thread is true. So, if you say that thread is untruth, then cotton is also untrue, the cause. But they do not accept. Child, some sound is coming. So, on the basis of this vision that there is no God, there is no background of this material creation, this material creation is false, there are so many other conclusions of the demonic people. Demon and atheist is the same thing. So Krishna says, on this blind vision, itang dishtim avastap, accepting these are the basic principle of this material creation, itang dishtim avastabha nasta atmana, lost their spiritual consciousness. Nasta means lost. Atmana means the soul, the super soul. So Atma, Paramatma, the super soul is Paramatma and we are soul. So they have no knowledge. The defect of the modern civilization, the demons and the Rakshasas, they are existing always. As I have told you, two classes of men are always there. But in this age, the number of atheist class, the demons, are very much increased. Otherwise, the material world means for the demons atheistic class. Just like the prison house. The prison house means it is meant for the criminals. One may be a first-class prisoner, one may be a third-class prisoner, but it is prison house. Similarly, anyone who is in this material world, never mind whether he is Lord Brahma or the insignificant ant, they are more or less all criminals. Criminal means disobeying the Lord or His order. They are materially criminal. Therefore, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, comes at times, at interval, for many, many millions of years after. He has got a schedule to come upon this planet, and when he comes there in Vrindavan, Mathura Vrindavan, that is his headquarters within this universe. Therefore, Mathura Vrindavan is so important. You can open it. Dhamma, just like the governor has got his own house, government house, At the same time, when he goes on tour, he has got a particular place called the circuit house. He stays there. Similarly, the whole creation is Krishna's property. Krishna says, Bhaktanam Jagadavasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram Suhridam Sarvabhutana Yatta Mam Shantimicchati. We are missing that point. Krishna says, God says, the clear idea that I am the enjoyer. Bhokta. Bhokta means enjoyer. I am the enjoyer. Bhoktaram Jagatavasam. Jagga. Jagga means satisfying the Lord. This is called Jagga. Just like we are chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, it is Jagga, sacrifice. At least you are sacrificing little time. Kali Yuga, nobody is prepared to sacrifice. Especially when there is question of sacrificing for God. Nobody is interested. So this, because they will not sacrifice, they will enjoy themselves, forgetting the supreme enjoyer. Just like a servant, if he cooks and enjoys himself without offering to the master, then what is his position? That is sinful position. Similarly, anyone, the demons, they have no sense of God. They do not like to offer. They want to eat anything nonsense like hogs and dogs. And that is demonic life. Je pachanti atma karana. In Bhagavad Gita I will find. Read Bhagavad Gita very carefully. Bhunjante te aghanga papam je pachanti atma karana. Those who are eating and cooking for themselves, for satisfying the taste, such persons are eating the resultant action of sinful acts. They are all sinful. They are who are cooking for themselves without offering to the proprietor, to the master. They are all sinful. Therefore, our program is to eat Krishna Prasadam. The foodstuff, remnants of foodstuff left by Krishna. Krishna is very kind. If you offer something to Krishna, he eats the offering. It is not that he is not eating, but he is eating. But at the same time, keeping it for you as it was offered. He is not like us. If you give me something to eat, I will finish the whole plate. Krishna is not like that. Krishna, the atheist will say that he has not eaten. No, he has eaten. And that is Krishna. That is stated in the Vedas. Purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vasishyate. Krishna expanding himself into millions, still he remains a Krishna, the same Krishna. It is not that material thing. If you take a material thing, anything, if you divide it into millions portions, then original form is finished. There is no more. You take a piece of paper and cut it into pieces and throw it all over, then the original paper is lost. There is no more. That is material. But Krishna He is expanded. Ego bahushyama. The Lord says, I shall become many. Many, still he is there. It's not because he has become many, therefore his original person is finished. No. That is the injunction in the Vedas. Purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vasishyate. He remains still Purna. 1 minus 1,000 times 1 is still 1. That is absolute. Absolute truth means the truth never diminishes or never becomes relative or conditional. That is absolute truth. So, in the absolute platform, in the spiritual world, Krishna is the supreme whole spirit. Therefore, he may expand himself Advaita, Achyuta, Anadi, Ananta Rupam. Ananta Rupam. Various kinds of forms. Everything is Krishna's form. Your form is also Krishna's form, my form is also Krishna's form. Therefore foolish rascals, they think, now I have become God. He has got the affinity that he is also God, expansion. Therefore sometimes he thinks that I am God. We are also expansion of God. Vibhinnansa. There are two kinds of expansion. Sangsha, Vibhinnansa. When Krishna expands in fullness, that is called Sangsha, Vishnu Tattva. That's why Krishna has expanded himself as Vishnu, Narayana, Vasudev, Sankarsana, Anuruddha, so many, millions. There is no limit. That is called Sangsha. And Krishna expands as his energy. That this material energy, this material world, the spiritual world, spiritual energy, and we are also energy, marginal energy. Tatastha. Tatastha means, marginal means, you can have an conception of marginal in the sea beach. The same place walking is sometimes covered with water and sometimes it is land. This is called marginal, between the water and the land. So, we living entities, we are marginal. Sometimes we are under the protection of the spiritual energy and sometimes we are under the protection of the material energy. We are under protection, we are not independent. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Mahatmanastu mang prartha daivi prakriti masrita. The Mahatmas mean those who have realized God. Not this politician Mahatma, no. Mahatma means, Mahatma's description is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Mahatmanastu daivi prakriti masrita. They are under the spiritual energy. They are not under the material energy. They are not Mahatma. They are demons. So, we are describing about the demons. Under the spiritual energy, one can understand his position, his relationship with God. Therefore it is said, Mahatmanastu mang prartha daivi prakriti mas. And what is the sign? Bhajanti anannamanaso gatyama abhayam. Their business is bhajan. Bhajan means bhakti. Bhaja dhatu, from bhajan, bhakti, and bhajan, bhakti, bhajat. Bhajasi vayam. Bhajatu means offering service, rendering service. So bhakti, bhajan, bhakta, bhagavat, they are coming from the same root, bhajdhat, Sanskrit, those who know Sanskrit. So this is the sign of Mahatma. Bhajanti anannamanasu, without any deviation, without any other occupation, they are always engaged in devotional service. This is Mahatma. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. There are so many bogus Mahatmas, the Swamis, yogis, and incarnation, and so many rascals, all rakshasas, atheists, such kind of not Mahatma. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. That Mahatma, who is actually Mahatma, means bhajanti anannamanaso, engaged fully in Krishna consciousness. That is Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha means very, very rare to find out. The rascal posing themselves as Mahatma, that is another thing. That is not authorized. You have to accept anything from the authorized source. So according to Vedic civilization, all knowledge is received from the Vedas, perfect authorized source. Shruti pramana, evidence from the Shruti, from the Vedas, that is perfect. Therefore, according to Vedic civilization, if you want to establish something, you have to quote the section or the injunction from the Vedas. Then it is perfect. In learned circle, you cannot say anything hodgepodge. That will not be accepted. If you support your statement from the evidence of the Vedas, then you are accepted as authority. Therefore our principle is, not only our, this is the Vedic principle. You will find Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving instruction to Sanatana Goswami, to Rupa Goswami, or you are talking with Ramananda Raj, in Chaitanya Charitamrita you will find, and quoting support from the Vedas. Although Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God himself, Krishna, Krishna Chaitanya, but he is not what is called autocratic or what is called dictator. No, you'll never find him. Whatever he will say, immediately supported by Vedic evidence. He can say anything, he can manufacture anything. No, that he does not do. He does not violate the principle. In the Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is also quoting from Vedas. He does not say, I say. He says, but he says on the Vedic authority. He doesn't say anything superfluous. No. Brahma Sutra Padaishchaya Chaiva Hetuvad Vinishchita. He has said, Jasastra Vidhimussijja Vartate Kamakara Na Siddhing Savavnati Na Sukhangna Parangati. He says, Shastra, evidence, Vedic evidence must be accepted. The Vedic evidence is very chronologized in the Vedanta Sutra, especially mentioned Brahma Sutra Padai. Brahma Sutra means Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra means the summary of all Vedic knowledge. The Vedic knowledge is given in codes. That is called Brahma Sutra. Sutra means code, and Brahma means the Supreme Absolute Truth. Understanding of the Absolute Truth in code words. And the explanation, a code word requires explanation. Just like in business circle, there is Bentley's code. So, for business facility, for saving expenditure, the telegraphic codes are there. So, one who does not know what is this code, but he can refer to the book, the explanation is there. This code means this wording. Similarly, Brahma Sutra means the whole Vedic knowledge is given in codes. Brahma Sutra Padaishchaiva Hetu Madhvi. It is called Nyaya Prastha. Nyaya Prastha. Nyaya means logic. Nyaya means there are three kinds of authorities. Suti Prasthan, Smriti Prasthan and Nyaya Prasthan. So the Brahma Sutra is Nyaya Prasthan, very logically. Very logically. Given. Just like in the first code in the Brahma Sutra is Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Brahma Jigyasa, to inquire about the Absolute. The Jigyasa means inquiry. In the cat's and dog's life, the inquiry is where is food, where is shelter, where is sex, and where is defense. Only these four inquiries. The cats and dogs, they are busy. Where is food? Find out some food. The pig is finding out where is stool. Where is stool? I do not know whether you have got experience. In our country, in the villages, there are so many pigs loitering. They are simply finding out where is stool. In the village, the children, they pass stool here and there. And the men, they go to the field and pass the way. So all these pigs are always loitering there. So, the seeking, the inquiry is for stool. They may take it as food, but after it is stool. So according to the body, the different foods are there. That is also described. Sattvic ahar, rajasic ahar, tamasic ahar. Everything is there in the Bhagavad Gita. So, in the animal life, they are after seeking where is food. Then as soon as the body is strong, then where is sex? Find out the opposite sex. You'll find in the hog's life very prominent, all these things. For sex, they have no discrimination. Whether it is mother or sister or anyone. You'll find that. We have to take lessons from nature study. The hog is sometimes trying to drink the milk from the breast of the mother and sometimes trying to have sex. You'll find it. This is hog life. This is dog life. No sex discrimination, no food discrimination, no shelter discrimination, no defense discrimination. But all these things, discrimination, the best part of the that is in human civilization. Therefore, the Vedanta Sutra says, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Now, in your previous lives as cats and dogs and hogs, you simply were busy for inquiring where is stool, where is food, where is sex, where is this, where is that. Now, because you have got human body, better consciousness, advanced consciousness, discrimination, now you inquire about Brahma. This is Vedanta. Begin. So therefore human life is meant for understanding the absolute truth, God, the background of everything. Immediately answer is there. The Brahma means Janmadasya Jataha, the origin of everything. That is Brahma. Origin of everything. There must be something origin. That is consciousness. Not that asattam, there is no origin. What is this nonsense? This is not human consciousness. This is animal consciousness. There is no origin. There must be origin. I am because my origin is the father, my father. Cause I am born by my father. Common sense. Then his father, gone. Although you do not know, but this is a fact, that father is born by his father, and his father is born by his father. How can we deny it? He may not know the grandfather, great-grandfather, or more than that, but there must have been some person. Similarly, we may be foolish, we do not know, we cannot understand who is the original father, but there must have been the original father. There is God. There is God. Where is the deficiency to understand this fact? Therefore, accepted. God is accepted as the original father. The Christian, they go to the original father. Oh Father, oh God, give us our daily bread. So, we also accept that is the godly conception. That is the beginning of religious conception. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranita. What is dharma? Religion. That is the codes given by God. That is not. Just like the state, the government gives law. You have to do like this. Keep to the right. You have to keep your car to the right. This is law. You cannot say, why not to the left? No, you cannot say, then you are a criminal. Similarly, there are codes and description in the Shastra, what God wants. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, God says, the Bhuktaram Jagadavasam, I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices, all tapasya. You are engaged in some research work, tapasya. For what purpose? Now finding out some deadly bomb. A very big scholar, very big research student. So, that is called Asura. He has got some scientific knowledge, but he is busy to find out a nuclear weapon, how to kill other enemies. This is a research work. No, that is demonic. The same knowledge can be utilized for finding out God. That is Mahatma. This is the difference. You may have some particular knowledge. Suppose you are expert singer. Very good. But if you earn your money for fulfilling your sense desire, that is demonic. But you know the art, how to sing. If you very melodiously sing Hare Krishna mantra, then you are a demigod. The same thing can be utilized both ways. Anything. Therefore Shastra says, idam nipungsas tapasas sutasava. People are advancing by research and by education. Sutasya. Sutasya means education. And tapasa, and to become very learned scholar, scientist, it requires tapasya, austerities, penance. It is not that all of a sudden one becomes very great scientist. After many research work, therefore it's called tapasa. Idam hi pumsas tapasa sutasya va. Sistasya suktasya cha buddha dattayo. People do very pious activities, charity, munificence. Now what is the purpose? What is the purpose of becoming educated, learned scholar, very charitable, and all these pious activities? What is the end? Ask them. Somebody will say, those who believe next life, that is also fair. Then next life also I will get opulence, properly situated, that is also fair. But we Vaishnava philosophers, it's nice, we do not think in that terms. Suppose in next life I become some demigod, like Lord Brahma, or the moon or the sun, they are all demigods. Vayu, Varuna. The Vaishnava says, no, we don't want this. Because either you become Rockefeller or Ford in this life and next life, the king of moon planet or sun planet, or in any way, after the Brahma planet, Brahma Loka, Lord Brahma, Krishna said, Brahma bhavana lokan punaravartina Arjuna. My dear Arjuna, by your endeavor, if you become promoted to the highest position of this material world, still you have to die. And again, either come down or remain there. There will be change of body. Brahma bhuvanan lokan punaravartina. So why should you be implicated in these material activities? Try to come to me, back to home, back to God. Then you will have got to return again in this material. That is highest purpose.